Yeah, see, that's the truth. I don't care if people stay in the middle. If there's people who are like, I don't care either way, I like both. I like the casino, I like Phil. I'm okay with that. I don't give a crap. I'm not one of these people that's like, you must select sides and it has to be black or white, this one or that one. If you like both, go for it. Watch both, support both. I'm happy for that. I really am. But sadly, what's happened is these people, are simps. A lot of these people are simps. They want to simp for the big boys. They want to simp for the big dogs, you know? And here's the other thing that I should say, because it's kind of funny, all right? So, I'm going to say this and just get it out of the way, and I'm going to move on my merry way because I don't want to hang on this all day, all right? But here we go. You ready? Did you notice something about the difference between the work ethic of myself and Kino Casino? Did you ever notice the big difference? That I'm here 6 days a week streaming full time, busting my ass, putting out content constantly for an audience, and they stream 3 times a week, not even a full day, and then they take tons of time off, and then they're constantly on vacation, and then they cancel shows, and then they're late. Do you ever notice that? Do you want to know why that is? Because you guys simp for them. That's why. Because you simp for the casino, you enable them to have that kind of shitty work ethic. You understand? If you didn't simp for them every stream and throw them thousands of dollars for simply turning the stream on, they would have to work. And they would have to work more. And they would have to work harder. And they would have to have better events rather than just the same old shtick. They would actually have to innovate instead of just doing the same thing every time they turn on their fucking streams. Do you get it? They'd have to work more than 3 times a week. Wow, what a novel concept. You'd get more content if you didn't simp out as much. Me, I bust my ass because I'm the blue-collar dude who never had giant popularity. I always was the underdog on YouTube. I always did things differently. I didn't get the sponsorships. I didn't get the ball suckers. I didn't get any of that. So I've always had to break my back to make a living. Now, here I am 17 years later, and I still break my back to make a living, but I'm happy and I get to make content that I like, and I don't have anyone simping for me, quite frankly. Or I don't. I get people who are regulars who come by, but there's no one here who's like, oh, Phil turned on the stream. Here's $1,000 just because. If you guys would stop fucking simping, they would actually have to work hard. They don't right now because you keep giving them everything for nothing. So if you're like, man, I hate it when the casino goes on a vacation after vacation after vacation after vacation, you're the one who's giving them the vacation. Don't you get that? It's your reason that they're doing that. If you didn't give them so much for so little, then they would have to work. It's called cause and effect. It's pretty simple, but people don't seem to understand. I've been saying this about the games industry all along too. If you don't reward lazy game devs for lazy work by simping and buying all their games, then they'll do better. How many people complain about how every Pokemon sucks, but then they buy every Pokemon anyway, and then they buy the merch, and then they buy the amiibo, and then they buy this? Well, they're never going to improve unless you force them to. If you keep simping for the casino, guess what? They're never going to improve. They'll always have the same content, only 3 days a week, delaying streams, canceling streams, bad work ethic, vacation after vacation. It will continue. It's direct cause and effect. I don't know why people don't understand that, you know? I just don't get it. But every time that I would see people would come on my streams and be complaining about the casino, they'd be like, why is the casino not streaming, Phil? I don't know. Maybe because last time they turned on their stream, you threw them thousands of dollars before they even said a word. Did you ever think about that? Like, now they don't have to work. Why are you a simp? I don't get it. Anyway, that's just the point. So, I don't understand. It's like people just don't have common sense. They don't. They just don't have any common sense at all. And then they complain. And why are you complaining? You're the one that created the situation. It happens in the gaming world. It happens in the content creation world, right? Take a look at the direct difference, okay? You have supported me in droves way more in the last 8 months. We're hitting goals, right? We're doing constant special events, the return of DSP tries it, the return of regular marathons that you get to choose what we're doing during them. We're doing special streams like Lego build nights. I'm constantly improving my setup. I'm buying things for the setup. I'm improving everything. Since you started supporting me more, all of the quality has massively improved. Like up, up, up. Correct? What has happened since you guys started supporting the casino more? They work less and they take more time off. Hmm. Maybe you should think about that a little bit. But the point is, it ain't going to change because people simp because they're stupid. People don't simp for Darkside Phil. They come to Darkside Phil streams, they enjoy the content, and they say, oh, I really like this. I'm so happy that Phil sticks to his guns, hasn't changed, doesn't let others influence him. I'll support that. And so I really am kind of the blue collar streamer. I do make a good living, but I have to bust my ass to get that living. You see, I don't have anyone who's kissing my butt, sending me ridiculous amounts of money for no reason. I have to actually earn it. That's the difference here. Okay. I'm being told it's white collar versus blue collar. Well, whatever the fuck the term is, I don't give a shit. It's called having to work to earn your keep and being okay with busting your ass in order to earn stuff. Get it? Versus getting handed everything and then instead of rewarding, actually taking away. Review Dropbox USA did a $2 tip saying it's a cope. There's no cope. You're the one coping. Because when faced with reality, people who are simps can't handle it and immediately have to try to adjust. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's not the case. I'm not a simp. That's not what's happening. No, this is it. No, that's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. You're simps. You allow them to have that lifestyle because you're simps. And look who you're simping for. Holy shit. You're not simping for Pokemon. You're not simping for Amaranth. Look who you're simping for. Holy shit. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Okay. No, I never simped for the casino. What the fuck are you talking about? God, you're stupid. Maddie Vincent, I know, and that's why I told you guys I'm done with this shit. That's why. I mean, again, I was in a situation where people were constantly trying to change who I was. Were trying to pull me into content I didn't want to be a part of. And then were telling me, oh, if you don't do it, well, we're going to force you to do it anyway. That's why I'm gone. That's why I'm not a part of that anymore. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw how toxic it was getting, and I just had enough. And I had to get myself out of that situation. And that's why I had set it out that way, that I had ways out. I wasn't trapped. Okay. And that's a good thing that I did that. But I always knew that if I got out, it was going to be a situation where sadly there was going to be repercussions and fallout and drama and nonsense. And I always knew that was going to happen. It's unavoidable. If you involve yourself with drama and people who are involved in drama, you're going to always have that element of drama. All right. There's no real way to get out of it. So sadly, it is what it is. But I'm happy that now I'm not doing that content anymore. I have no desire to do that content anymore. I'm back to myself. If you haven't noticed, a lot more gaming, not this nonsense constantly, right? So, yeah, I hope that you're seeing the changes, that we're going back to how it was and things are getting better. What we really need right now is good games. And the problem is we're not really getting them. We're getting shitty games like Assassin's Creed Shadows that just aren't worth our time. We need better games. And then we can really get back on track, right? Oh, excuse me. Oh my God. Mozzie, $2 super chat. Thanks, but no. I told you I'm done with drama. I don't want anything to do with this shit. I don't want to be involved in it. I'm not going to invite it. No, we're done with all of that. It's really over. Whole lot of socks in YouTube chat today. Tons of them. Yeah, look how many of these freaking stupid, dumb ass sock accounts there are. Holy shit. I wasn't even paying attention. And I looked, I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot. That's a ridiculous amount of socks. A sock account is when someone makes a dummy account that's really not an account they're going to use. It's like a burner account because they've likely already gotten banned under another account, or they're just looking to harass. It's a disposable account meant solely for negative purposes. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else can we talk about? No, not doing anything for April Fool's Day. When is April Fool's Day? I don't even know. I think we all have enough foolishness around here recently. We don't need to be doing anything for April Fool's Day. It's a week from today, actually. Nah. Would I open Pokemon cards on stream because the chase cards are worth $2,000? If there was a reason to, like, let's say, for example, okay, there's a new Pokemon game that comes out and people want me to play it and I play it and it gets good support. It could be similar to, say, Smart Guys, where maybe if I could get my hands on Pokemon cards, which I'd be shocked if I could because, as you know, those things are in massive demand. But let's say I actually was able to buy some Pokemon cards. And we can say, hey, if we hit a certain support level, I'll open one of the packs tonight and we'll see what's in there. I would consider doing that. Get Japanese Pokemon cards? See, now I don't even know. There's differences. I didn't even know there were differences between them, to be honest with you. Ethan Ralph will be a guest co-host of Smart Guys this Thursday night. And then for the next 2 weeks, we're going to have different co-hosts. And then we're going to see how it all goes. And then there's WrestleMania. And then I got to see if I even want to continue to do the show or not. Because someone just asked me. Please stop spamming about SpongeBob Night Shift. I see your message. You don't have to spam it 5,000 times.